Hello guys, my name is Jared and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a book that I actually read last month. It's A List of Cages by Robin Rowe. This book has a strong and deep message. It teaches a lot about friendship. It teaches a lot about how you integrate people or how do you accept people. And it actually has a lot of trigger warnings on it because it's about child abuse. It's a strong book, but it's so great and so worth it. I have not been able to stop thinking about it ever since I put it down. The story just followed me after I finished reading it, and it's just beautiful. And I cannot believe this is actually her first book, her first novel. It was just like, it does not feel like a new writer like that. She seems like she's been experienced and she has wrote many of them, and I cannot wait to start reading more of her books because this was beautiful. Since this book has such a deep, strong meaning, I'm not going to be giving any spoilers in this review. I'm going to talk about certain things that happen along the book, but I'm not going to give any details. This book follows our main character Julian and Adam and how their friendship develops. First of all, I want to talk about how fast I read this book. I read it in a day because I was not able to put it down. Even when I was at work, I would be like sitting on my desk and I'll be like and everyone was like, Jared, are you okay? What are you reading? I'm like, don't talk to me. I have the feels. So this story is about our two main characters, the first one being Julian. He's a little 15-year-old freshman kid, and he just started high school, of course, and he is a misfit. He doesn't talk to anyone, he doesn't want to communicate with the rest of the people that study with him. They all point at him because he's kind of weird, and he wears this like really short clothes, and he has been through a really rough time, and he has to go to the school psychologist for several appointments, and he misses just all of them. And then we have our second main character, which is Adam. Adam is such a good person. His character was so great and so loving. This is a guy who is actually really popular at school. He is friends with everyone, and the elective that he takes for his senior year is actually being the aide of the psychologist of the school. And the aide asks him to follow this little boy Julian around and to bring him to his appointments because he needs them. Like, he really needs them. He has been through a really bad situation. And when Adam starts talking to him, he actually realizes that this is the foster brother, that lived with him a couple years ago. At first we see Julian resisting because he does not want to go to his appointments. He doesn't want to talk about what has happened in his life. He does not want to put it into words because it's too strong for him. And he just starts avoiding Adam, but he can't avoid Adam, and eventually they start to develop a really nice friendship. The more they talk, the more Adam starts to realize that there's something off. This is a 14-year-old boy who is actually really childish. He still is in love with the books that he read when he was little, and he really uses like short clothes. He lives with his uncle because he's a foster kid. His parents died in an accident, and it's just something that bugs Adam on the back of his mind. Something's not right. But regardless of that, Adam just wants to bring him into his group. He wants him to start talking with his friends. And at first his friends were a little like, because this is a little freshman kid and they're all seniors. Like, why are you bringing this little kid to the table? And he's like, I don't care, he's coming. Like, we're going out, he's coming with us. We're having a party, he's coming with us. And at some points it sounds kind of weird because it looks like he's a fatherly figure to Julian, but at the same time it's just like he's such a big brother. He cares for Julian so much, and it's so beautiful. Adam is just a character that I really like, and I enjoyed reading of a character like him because he's pure. Like, his intentions throughout the whole book were just so good. He just wanted to help this little kid. He hasn't met him in several years because he had to move out of his house because he went to live with his uncle. But still, regardless of that, he just cares and he wants him to be good. He wants him to be better. One of Adam's friends that actually gets kind of jealous because this is his best friend, and then he starts seeing Adam going out with this little Julian guy, and he gets mad. His name is Charlie, and he is such a great character. He has such a great development. At first you're like, I don't like this guy, but throughout the book you figure out that you actually love Charlie, and he's just one of my favorite characters of this book. It's just beautiful. Like, he was such a douche at the beginning, and then he turned into something like, what are you doing now? And then we have Russell, who is Julian's uncle, and we all hate Russell for different many reasons. This little boy Julian, he uses like his really short shorts and really short pants because his uncle does not want to buy him any kind of clothes, but he uses just long sleeve and stuff like that and sweaters to hide the bruises that he has, because some stuff are going on in his uncle's house and it's just a messy situation. But it's the development of Julian in this book, and you can actually see how he goes from being such a little scared kid to what he actually became in the end of the book. However, there are two things that I didn't like about this book, and since if you read the book you know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to give too many details because spoilers. But the first thing that I didn't like, of course, it's the decision, and if you read the book you know what I'm talking about. I didn't like it. And the second thing that I didn't like, I actually marked it down because it was so unnecessary. It's about a police officer and how rude and horrible they are. That's all I'm going to say. If you know what I'm talking about and the part that I'm talking about, comment below. Let me know what your thoughts on that were. To me, that was so unnecessary. Like, it would have been nice if that part would have been completely omitted. I would have been fine, but no. There's a quote that I really liked in this book. It's hate ricochet, but so does kindness. And it's something that we actually forget sometimes. I really believe in karma, and if you do bad things, like, it turns back on you. And if you also do good things, it'll also go back to you. That's why I believe in doing good in this world. That's my motto, that's my logo, that's my way of life. But the quote, it was just so beautifully written in the book, and the way that they were talking about it, and the actual things that you see Julian do and you see Adam do and his friends, it's just beautiful. Like, this story, it's about two friends and how they worried about each other, how they got through a horrible situation while being together, and it's inspiring, and I will forever think about what happened to them after the book finished, because it's so interesting. Like, both of their characters were so deep, and you got to actually see who they were in a couple hundred pages. It was amazing. This author, Robin Rowe, you actually know that she knows what she's talking about, because she actually has a master's degree from Harvard, and she's actually, at the moment, she has her own program for teens at risk in Dallas. And this lady, she describes like what happens in the book in such a vivid way. Sometimes it's a little gruesome, but it's just the way it is. And child abuse is something that's a really important topic, and it's not often talked about, and she just made a book out of it, and it's such a beautiful book. There's also something that I wanted to mention in this video. Child abuse is really a thing, and actually every 10 minutes, every 10 seconds in the US, someone is reporting a story about child abuse, and it's something that needs to be fought. If you think or you know of someone who's getting abused, there are resources, there are ways that you can help. I'm gonna link down below some links, like some websites that I actually found while I was digging. I actually made some phone calls and everything because I wanted to inform myself a little better on this, so I'm just gonna put the links in the description down below. This really has to be part of your reading experience in your life, because it's such a beautiful book. It's well written, it's also like pretty looking. Look at those stars. But this is a story, and it says it on the front. It's one of the comments. It's a remarkable, gripping and moving tale of a life saved. And it's also about friendship. It's about the importance of friendship, and it's about how you can impact one person's life. Just one friend is all you need to change your life. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment below, and subscribe. Share this with your friends since we're talking about friends today. And also, I make videos twice a week. I put Spanish subtitles on every single one of my videos so you can share with your Spanish friends. That's nice. And up until next time, guys. Take care.